Are we live?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
We live?
Yes.
Okay, so I ain't gonna curse.
Make sure the camera's right. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Hold up. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Bro, you, man. Queens native.
Queens native, man.
Queens native.
We go way.
Professional basketball player. 12-year career.
Yeah, still going, bro.
Still going. So, I guess I'm gonna start at the beginning. Born in St. Louis. Grew up in Queens. I mean, I know you bounced around a little bit. But
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, bro. Where did your passion come from?
It was how much fun we had. You know, like we weren't in the highest league, but we had fun. Like, every game was fun. You know.
Let me make sure the camera's right. Let me make sure the camera's tight. Are we live? Hold on. Let me make sure it's right. Let me make sure it's tight. Are we live? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big Flea, CO here. Back at it again, y'all. Back at it again. Are we live? Episode 47, y'all. Are we live? Episode 47. I want to thank y'all so much for tapping in with me as I bring y'all the latest edition of Are We Live. As I see y'all already jumping in, like, share, comment, save this episode once I post it. Once I post it, y'all save it. Throw a little scream emoji in the comments. Let me know you in the house with me. Let me know you rocking with me. I see y'all already jumped in. I see y'all already active rocking with me. I appreciate y'all so much. I hope everybody is having a blessed week. Hope everybody's having a productive week. We are at Friday Eve, as I like to say at work. So we almost through the work week. And bringing y'all the latest edition of Are We Live as I do it, y'all. Again, let me take a moment to say thank you to my dog, Rustin Hayward, for tapping in with us last episode. That was great. His journey was amazing. His basketball story was amazing. If you didn't hear that, go ahead and check that out when you get a moment. And today, we're going to just keep this tour rolling, y'all. I told y'all I stepped out of NYC for a second. I was giving y'all nothing but NYC legends. Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Harlem, all of that, right? I jumped into Houston where I'm at. Tapped into Houston, grabbed one of these Houston ballers. Now we're going to tap into Philly. Now we're going to start rocking with Philly, and we're going to have our first Philly hooper on with us. This brother has an amazing journey. Actually played at my alma mater, American International College, but first he started his collegiate career at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Let me just throw a flick up real fast to let you know who we're going to be rocking with today, who we're going to be talking to today. That brother's name is Mr. Denzel Jackson. So we're going to be rapping with him today, and we're going to get his story going. So again, this is all about giving flowers. This is all about bringing to y'all some of the untold stories, some of the unsung heroes. Guys that had amazing careers but might not be getting the publicity that others are, and I'm just building this platform to deliver flowers, to show love. So thank y'all so much for jumping in with me so far. Looks like Dave is in the house. Looks like my brother Ella's in the house. My mom's in the house. Let me go ahead and get my dog in the house and station rocking and rolling. Once again, I appreciate y'all so much for popping in with me, tapping in with me, the continued support as we build this thing. Look like my dog's in the house. Denzel, what's good, bro?
Good.
What's good with you, man?
Man, I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I appreciate you so much for doing this with me, man. Thank you.
No, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Nah, man, it's an honor, man. It's an honor. We got. Oh, I think I lost my dog. We're gonna get him back. It's all good. We're gonna get him back in here.
My bad.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, bro. It's all good. Once again, man, I appreciate you so much taking some time to rock with me, man. Support me on this, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's all about support nowadays.
Absolutely.
Especially now that we have the platform.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, if you give me a moment though, I got to introduce you right, brother. I got to give you your flowers right. So just give me a moment to do my thing, man. If you ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who you're looking at right now, we got a Philly hooper in the house today. We got a brother who started his collegiate career at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Spent some time there. Went over to Tyler JUCO College.
Yeah.
Figured out some things there. Then took his talents over to American International College, where I was able to cross paths with this brother, and you know, we gained a friendship while we were there. Please, please,
Right.
please help me
Sure.
welcome to the show, Mr. Denzel Jackson, y'all. Preach.
Thank you.
My dog,
Again,
my dog, my dog.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So, again, thank you so much, brother, for taking some time to rock with me, to do this with me, man. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Got some AIC heads jumping in already, just, you know what I mean, showing the love, showing the appreciation, man. But we got Philly in the building, man. This is the first Philly ball player I done had on the show, and I think it's only right that you know, you started off for us, brother.
I got you.
I always start these interviews by just finding out, man, how did you fall in love with the game, man? I know we all got a love for the game of basketball. How did that happen for you?
Honestly, I don't know. Growing up was rough. I know that sounds cliche, but my story, I'll give that a whole different story. This is about basketball, but growing up, you know, I didn't even have, my dad didn't play basketball. My mom ain't play basketball, but when I was living with my dad, my first cousin, he played basketball. First,
Okay.
I got into football because I
Okay.
went to one of his practices. Like, I didn't even know I was about football, and I'm like 8, 9 years old.
Right.
I was just a kid that, you know, just played manhunt, tag. You never catch me bike riding.
Yeah.
We bike riding everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But living with my pop, I was closer to my cousin. I went to one of his practices with my uncle, and I'm like, it was bear crawling at the time.
Uh-huh.
Ironically, being punished, I'm like, that looked like fun. And my uncle like, you want to play? I played. Fast forward, basketball season come around. He like, you want to play basketball too? I was like, yeah, Larry, my cousin Larry doing it. Shout out to Larry. If
Right.
he doing it, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's my first cousin, my best friend at the time. Whatever he's
Got you.
doing, I'm doing. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So, as I got, you know, oh, I got you. Here we go. Perfect story. Where I really like gained interest in basically that love, but not a deeper love, that the hoop love, but the love of like, it caught my attention.
Right.
The first time my dad let me pick my own sneaks, right?
Okay.
My
Okay.
pop was all about independence, so he let me pick my own dinners and everything.
Okay.
So I'm in the store, you know, I'm poor, so I'm like, you know, what's my limit? You let me pick my sneaks, I'm about to pick some fucking J's, you know.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, J's, sneaker J's, you know what I'm saying? The suitcase drawer, it's like $250, like
Right.
$200.
And
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
a lot for our parents when we
Yeah,
coming up.
right. Like, you gotta
Yeah.
get straight A's, perfect attendance, and you gotta
Exactly.
do your chores. You want that's too much.
Right.
I gotta mess up on something. So I picked these and ones, right? Because he said, you know what? I'm gonna just give you $100. You can pick whatever you want. The and ones was 60. The Nikes I wanted was like $80, but I wanted the $40 extra. You know what I'm saying? I was more about money in my pocket because my pop taught me about the man make the clothes. The sneakers came with a fucking tape, VHS. And you know where we at with it. We could stream it from our phones. They had a tape, an and one mixtape tape.
Wow.
And when I got home, I played it.
Okay.
And at this time, you know, first it's like, you know, you watch it like, wow, bang, bang, bang. I'm like, oh shit, like, oh, I'm bang. Where my pill at? Where my ball at? I'm outside. I'm practicing the moves, and then you know how the and one revolution hit. So I had to be on it, right?
Coming up, when we was coming up, you know, you class of 06, I'm class of 05. That early 2000s, and one was crazy.
And shout outs to my OG Ayo was big in N1. And, you know, he had the snatchback, so you already know
Of
everybody had the
course,
snatchback.
of course, of course.
So they letting, and now in that time they letting us go with the first, you know, the 90s, this 80, 88 to 93 or whatever. It was strict basketball. Like the 90s was strict basketball for real.
Right,
Like
right,
when that,
right.
you know, even the N1 affected the league. Even Skip to my low, back to him.
Yes,
He was
yes.
one of the pioneers and one of my favorites. He
Okay,
got drafted to the Bucks.
right.
I used to play with him on 2K. People ain't know he was on the bench on 2K. I used to make him start over with Cassell. I'm sorry, Sam. That was my
Sorry,
dog.
Sam. It's all good, Sam.
That was one
Yeah.
of the, but you know, yeah, but the N1 mixtape, and then
That's
Alamo, he was a 6'6" person, like he was a tall guard, like I wanted to
like
dribble,
yourself. Yeah,
and you
yeah.
know, back in the 90s, if you tall, you gotta go to the box, no matter
Right,
what,
right,
no
right.
matter what. So Alamo was dribbling, so I said, fuck it, if he could dribble, I can dribble. So I was watching it, then you know they came out with more and more.
Yeah, yeah.
So my hoop career came from street ball. Like I was, you know,
Ah,
yeah, Black Widow,
okay,
right?
okay.
Main event, he helped me with dunking. Main event,
Yeah.
sick with it. All right,
Main
so
event was nasty. Yeah.
yeah, so I didn't really grow up traditionally playing basketball. Like I wasn't doing the 2-ball dribble drill, the 2-ball in and out, 1-ball. Blah, blah, blah. My shit was walking up to the street to the court, crossing over cars, doing the snatchback, the Pooh Island,
But
which they
that's
call the sham guy. You know,
but Zell, that's real. Like
right,
a lot more kids grow up like you did, as
right,
opposed to how they growing up now with the trainers, with
yeah,
the this, with the that. You know, that's real.
right. And sidebar sneakily. For real, that gives inner city youth an advantage over suburban kids because suburban kids do drills. They learn
Right.
the game from drills. Urban kids learn moves from
Mhm.
instinct.
Yeah.
Like they would try it, but you know, in the hood, people follow you. They grabbing you, so you gotta hesitate and see if he gonna grab you, move his hand, then cross him real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas in the suburban neighborhood, they tell you to do 2 dribbles and crossover, 2 dribbles and crossover. So that goes back into the point where I was just like, so I'm like, if you ever see me play, it's herky jerky because I could stop on a dime and make a move because I'm used to it. Like we used to throwing the ball between people's legs, so now I'm comfortable dribbling close to you.
Right.
See?
Okay. Okay.
And one, remember we had to dribble. You had to dribble close to throw it around somebody's head or throw it between their legs, throw it behind their back,
It had
snatch
to be
back.
real. It had to be real
Yeah,
precise.
you
Yeah.
had to be real. Uh, Quote unquote intimate. Like
Yes.
it's
I
a
got
lot
you.
of bumping going and pushing and shit gonna be going along. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but
So
but then
you was talking about, you was bringing up AO
yeah,
and main event and guys like that
yeah,
you know was on that N1 mixtape.
right,
Are those guys that you took things from their game and added it to your game when you was coming up?
yeah,
Or okay,
yeah. So yeah. Like Alamo, he like the first drill. First, besides my uncle, I ain't gonna lie. My uncle, he had me doing figure 8 drills and stuff once I started
okay,
playing basketball. But when I started, you know, somebody like a coach, trainer, parent, best friend, anybody, they can go over the drills with you as much as they want to, but at the end of the day, is how what you doing by yourself is what
right,
makes you
right,
better.
right,
So
right.
one of the drills that you know, I after going tired of my uncle's drills, one of the drills that Alamo was doing, he said that when he sat down, he just dribble the ball, you know, to dribble the ball between your feet
Under
and
your
the
legs,
kick.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so even when I wasn't hooping, I would dribble the ball. Like when I go to the court and if I mistakenly lost or I got there and I'm waiting, I would do
Uh-huh.
that drill. If the bench was too low, I would go to a bench that was higher so I could do the drill.
Got you,
So
got you.
and then just like how main event and all them headache and main event, there's a lot of other dunkers I can't think off the top of my head, but main event, you know, they used to do fancy dunks in the game. So when
Right, right.
I was like, so my mind as I was getting bigger and bigger, I'm like, when I'm able to dunk, it's not gonna be no like rim grazers, 2K stuff. No, we gonna be we putting on a
We're gonna be
show
throwing it
like
down. I love that.
Showtime, right?
I love that. I love that, bro.
So like even this AO, like I said, the snatchback is a great move. Even though it looked herky jerky, it's a great move if you go and somebody cuts you off, you could just cut back. Obviously, they're at a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
But when we growing up, it looks like street ball. So,
It looks like
but
right.
now you see Trey Young and everybody doing it. So
It's a part of it's a part of the
it's
game now. You know,
yeah,
a lot of the moves that
right,
may look unpolished, right? It's a
yeah.
part of the
It's a
game.
part. And now it's more open mindedness of what basketball has become or could be. Like, just because it's not traditional Bob Cousy dribble,
Right.
it doesn't mean it's wrong, because you see people who do snatch back now. Steph Curry snatch back every other play.
Every time
That's
down.
my dog. That snatch back. Every
Yeah.
snatch back.
Yeah.
Snatch back. So it just shows that, you know, they just letting people go now. And it
Right.
almost,
Right. Right. It's a little. The game is a little different.
yeah.
But let me get into this, man. You a Philly cat. Y'all walk around with a different kind of swag, a different type of confidence, that chip on y'all shoulder. Where does that come? Where does that come from, bro? Where does that level of confidence and chip that most Philly cats walk around with?
So if, I have two answers for that. I have
Okay.
a short Philly answer.
Give me both.
All right, I'm gonna give you the short Philly answer, and then I'm gonna give you the deep one, but it's gonna be short too, because we gotta get back to basketball. So Philly, the answer Philly, we call each other not each other, because we not haters at all. But we
Okay.
say it's crab in a barrel in the city, and you may hear Kevin Hart reference to it. Basically, like, if they see you getting up, niggas will try to pull you down. They'll talk about you. They won't invite you to certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so you know that. So you know, if you're going up against somebody, you got to get out, because ain't nobody going to help you.
Okay.
Nobody can help you. So, and if you got to be strong enough that if people try to pull you back down, you got to make it out. The streets don't love you.
Right. Of course. Of course.
Right? So, but the deeper answer is, everybody want to be the guy, because we still East Coast. We still, you know,
Of course.
big
Okay.
city man. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. Every time you look at big city, is always somebody that wants to be the man. So, being the man and people not really, well, now is better, and the culture in Philly is better now. You know, with COVID, and just even before COVID, we started coming together, like, supporting more. But before that,
Okay.
no, if you ain't have a gym to shoot at, ain't nobody was gonna tell you they had a gym to shoot at. If they had going to work out, they'll look you in your face, dap you up. You have a ball in your hand, they say, "What you about to do?" I'll be like, "Yo, I'm about to go to the course and shoot." And
Yeah.
I can't even find a gym or workout. They be like, "Damn, yeah, that shit crazy." Like,
Mm.
what you about to hit? I'm about to go down Germantown or something. They go into a fucking workout.
Okay.
You see,
Okay.
you be like, damn. Then the only reason I say that, because it happened to me, and then I got good enough, and I'm at the workout. The motherfucker at the workout. Like, yo,
Right.
bro,
The
you
one
doing all this workout?
that's not sharing the workout with you there
Yeah.
with him. That okay.
So everybody want to be the man to make it out, to say that they make it out.
Okay.
And what happened was, people started pressing people about that. Like, all right, now you made it out. What are you doing?
Gotcha.
You forgot that when you make it out, you're supposed to help.
Right. And pull back and reach
Yeah.
back for the people behind you. Definitely. Definitely.
Right. So once that started happening, a lot of people, my era, we are giving back. We doing camps. We promoting each other camps.
I love that.
We doing leagues. Photographers. We post. It could be a picture, anything. We reposting it. So the culture is changing in regards to, like, helping, but the crabs in the barrel shit was real. It's still kind of real. It still is kind of real.
That's crazy. So Philly kind of, like what you're talking about. Philly is kind of divided. Not divided, but there's North Philly, there's South Philly, there's West Philly, all that kind of stuff. There's sections, right? Kind of like you know, New York City, different boroughs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Talk to me though, Zell. Who has the bragging rights in Philly? What side of town really got the hoopers? Talk to me about that.
No, you can't. I ain't. See, I'm never gonna say not uptown. I'm from uptown.
Okay.
I could tell you about each hooper, like, how they play, because each section has different players. I don't know about how New York play, because I know New York got a lot of guards. So I feel
right. Okay.
But Philly, each section played totally different. Like, you can literally watch somebody play and be like, oh yeah, he from such and such. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he from here, he from there. So like South Philly, they got, like, gritty, lanky, like, they playing to the bones in their nails. Like, they finish. My man said, I got a lot of South Philly homies. Shout out to South Philly homies. My man Sab, his fingers is terrible. His pinky finger looked like he played football. I remember him breaking that jaw. And he just kept playing. But it's just how we all are. Like, I remember my man, we was in an AU tournament, he broke his shoulder. He from uptown. messed his shoulder up. He told me to push it back in. I pushed him against the wall, like I pushed it up, like, is it back in?
And he ready to go.
Like,
He was ready to
I'm
go.
16 years old. You tell me to pitch your shoulder back in, but you
Wow,
know,
wow,
South
wow.
Philly, they
Okay.
real gritty. They ain't gonna call foul too much, and they ain't gonna expect you to call foul, basically.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
North Philly, they got North Philly, they got like the athletic guys. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even their guards be athletic for some reason.
Okay.
I know why, because they just run all the time. But that's a
Got you.
different story. It's not running from people, but running from the law.
Got you. Okay.
But they, they shifty again with the running
Uh-huh.
shit. They shifty. They'll cross you and shit. Uptown, we more like we just gonna give you buckets, however you want it. Like we not gonna do too much until we start feeling groovy. Like we gonna first right off the bat, if we can give you 6 the same way, like we could get
Uh-huh.
3 straight layers, we get 3 straight layers. It ain't
3 straight. We going to the cup.
yeah,
Okay.
or we letting it rain. Like you better get a hand up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
D Waiters from South Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, see, gritty. Uh, we got guards, we got wings, we got like we more so like basketball culture.
Got you.
Not
Got you.
basketball. The whole city's a basketball culture. Like South Philly has a lot of legends that went to the league. They was a legend in
Of course.
high school.
People forget how much Philly contributes to
Correct.
basketball. You know what I'm
And
saying? Like,
but since the street culture of Philly takes a lot of our hoops away, especially in South Philly, North Philly, even
okay.
uptown now. West Philly, they got like the like they got more. I don't know what they got, but it's like weird. But
Okay.
Philly in general, we don't like people scoring because we don't like people boasting. Like the worst thing you
Okay.
could do in Philly is talk shit. Cause we all about being humble, so
Okay.
that's main one of the reasons. Like if you ever watch me play defense, I don't like people scoring because people get to throwing up the 3-pointers, they get the boom. No,
I got a story. I got a story for you. When we gonna get there. I got a story for you about the first time I saw you play. But we gonna get there in a second. You talked about though how kind of unorthodox your basketball career was early when you was coming up. You didn't do the early tournaments and stuff like that. But you went to Lincoln High School. Can you talk about your time there playing ball and what you went through as a high school hooper?
I got you 1 second. The guy basketball heads, he shout out my old head Dallas Comages.
Okay.
I'm actually playing with him right now in a few rec leagues. Like we've been.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
That's dope. But Lincoln. So growing up, for real, like I said, growing up was so crazy that I really didn't play like organized basketball like that. I was just straight street ball. Like,
okay.
I was just trying to get away, and then I always tried to get away. So like even like we said, Lincoln was so crazy. Like my career at Lincoln was very short lived for real. Like
okay.
My 9th grade year, first of all, Lincoln didn't have a JV.
Okay.
Right? And then my pop, and then by this time, my uncle who introduced me to basketball, he moved out into Downingtown. So my basketball connect network is cut now because I ain't really had one. He knew about basketball, my dad didn't.
Gotcha.
Me thinking you just, like the movies, you just go to high school, you try out, you play, then you go try out for college, all that. I ain't know nothing about AU or nothing. Like I didn't play AU until I was 17.
Wow.
So 9th grade year, I went out to tryouts. Mind you, we ain't have JV, so I had to go to varsity tryouts. Tell me why the coach didn't even come. So he flaked on us on that.
Wow. Okay.
Cool. Next year, 10th grade year, tryout, didn't make it. 11th grade year, I felt like I probably could have made it, but I ain't have too many people in my corner. Like I said, my uncle was really like the basketball guy. Like, my dad, he would support me, but he was more so like, if you need sneaks or a basketball or something, just let me know. I got you. When you got a game. Like, it ain't like, oh yeah, let's go to the courts, because he ain't play basketball.
Okay.
But when it was football, he was there for football. Like he pads. You good? You need to toughen up, all that shit. So he was good in that aspect. But basketball, it was like Chinese now.
Got you. Okay.
Like, so 11th grade year, I just was like, you know what? I want to play. Like I'm big on just playing. If I could play, I'ma win.
Right.
So I said, and it's the first year we got JV. No, the second year. The first year was 10th grade, and I was like, man, I'm not playing no fucking JV.
Right. You want to play varsity, of
Right.
course. Of course.
Now, 11th grade year, I'm smarter now. So, because I've been through this little journey and I'm starting to see, like, watch the games, I'm getting more interested in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my 11th grade year, I'm like, no, he playing. They got like all these seniors. And I did the math. So I
Okay.
said, you know what? I ain't even going to. I just stopped. I said, I'm going to just crush JV so I could get this experience because I knew I didn't play. So I'm
Of
like, if
course.
I play senior varsity, I'm not going to play. I'm still not going to have experience. I'm going to stink it up my senior year.
Okay.
So I said, I'm going to play JV. I'm going to crush them, get my shots up. You know, I'm going to get better. When it comes varsity, I'm going to be a senior. He got to play me and be the man because I know the basketball players now. By this time, I done played against the basketball players. And I done got my confidence up against them. I done, like, you know, killed a few of them, you know.
Right.
So now, JV probably was one of the worst years of my basketball career. I did not play JV at all, bro. I played like the first 3 games. Our JV coach was the head football coach at a rival school at Washington High School.
He was the rival head coach of the
Washington
football
High
team,
School, the football
and
team,
he's
and he's
coaching
our JV
basketball at.
basketball team.
Wow.
So sometimes he's late coming to practice because he has to finish up football practice and shit. So I'm telling him, I'm like,
are you not playing because you're not good enough, or are you
no.
not?
Here, this is why I wasn't playing. I was the best player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we grown now. They'll vouch for it. At the time, my man Jacquees was the best player. He was averaging 16.
Okay.
But I still was talently better. But he so I used to challenge him like, yo, that don't make no sense. Like, I played basketball. This is not football. You can't do that. So I guess me challenging him and him not, it wasn't me necessarily challenging him like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. See, me saying challenge, I'm like, coach, like, hold on, like, no, like, yo, they just gonna do this. Basically telling them what the defense gonna do. Like,
Right.
if I was on defense,
you a player.
yeah, I would do this.
Right.
The first couple of times I let it slide, and what happened was they did what I told them that he was gonna do. So now I'm at level 2 now, like, coach, they gonna do this. I just told you that it happened in the last game. Now when just when it happened in the last game, it's like
Yeah.
But after a few more of those, I was at the end of the pond, bro. Like the end.
Damn.
So
it
was over. That summer I dedicated everything to basketball almost. Like I was on a tear. I learned how to dunk like better. Like I ain't fun fact about Denzel Jackson. I ain't start dunking until my 11th grade summer year. And how I started, like, I was touching rim. I was always athletic because I used to run around and shit, and like get rim grazers or rim outs because I'm trying to dunk it too hard. But when I really started like dunking, like in the game and shit, dunking was my 11th grade summer year. And what happened was I had LimeWire. Shout out to LimeWire.
That's old school. Everybody don't remember LimeWire. That's old school. Yeah.
Right. I had LimeWire and I downloaded Air Alert because one of my homie Antoine, he had Air Alert. He had bought it though. And I said, man, LimeWire gets you everything for free. See, people was only using it for music. I used to use it for music. I used to use it for movies, documents. Right. I'm grown now. I even got some flicks off that joint. You hear me?
Yeah.
But yeah, so once I got Air Alert, it was on. I was doing Air Alert. You do that shit like every day. And then I just came back dunking. And I played my senior year. I didn't even start my first game my senior year. Funny story. So first I thought he was gonna make me captain. He didn't make me captain. That shit took a hit to my ego. I ain't even gonna hold you, like that shit hurt me a little bit. I told all my homies that. I said, look, when he told me that, when he said I wasn't captain, because like the practices and everything, I was pushing niggas. I was like, I'm gonna be captain, just on some movie shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make me captain. I was like, I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm not telling him what he should do. I'm not telling nobody nothing.
Right.
Real trap. I'm gonna just play my game. I'm gonna win these games. But as far as like, yo, keep your head up, I'm not the captain. That's what the captain do. So you didn't think I could do that, so I ain't doing it. Right? We at the game. I should be starting. I'm like, damn, man, fuck it. I'm just happy to be on the team because JV, I'm just ready to prove myself. I'm dunking now, like windmill.
Right.
Watch your head shit, right? My homie Christian, he probably he probably won't like this story, but my homie Christian, right? He had lockdown D. But he also he had the herky jerky and one John. So
Mm-hmm.
he was like 6'4" with like a 6'9" wingspan. So when he would do the AI, it'd be long. So he hit this ball with the AI, bang, went down the middle, missed a wide open layup, right? I think the ball went out of balance. My coach called timeout. He said, Christian, I shouldn't even say his name, but it don't matter. Christian, because he still was a great player. If you miss another layup, you coming out. When he said that, my antennas went up. I was like, oh, all right, bet.
Because it's your time. Your time coming.
Yeah, because Christian, he jumps so high. I forgot he jumps high. So he jumps so high, he's been known to miss layups because it's, your hand be so far in the rim. That's one of the moments you'd be like, you should have just dunked it.
You should have just turned it over. You should have just turned it over. Right.
During the timeout, I'm like, because at this time, I'm on a team. I'm going to play. I'm still a teammate. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bro, you should have dunked that shit. And everybody like, yeah, dunk it. He's like, all right, I got you. Next play, they inbounded because I told you when I bound, ball try to hit Christian with the crossover he hit him with. Christian plucked it. Fast break, John. We like, he got to dunk it, even if he, without a doubt, like, even if, down the lane, you have doubt somebody might smack your shit.
Right.
Fast break, you gotta dunk it. And mind you, like I said, like he had like a 40, like windmilling, and windmilling in senior year, that's a big deal.
He bouncy. Yeah.
Finger roll that joint. That joint air ball. Yo. Look, Kyle, I'm like this with my warm up trying to get up. The coach grabbed me. Denzel, get in. It was over. I just that's when I just started playing basketball.
From that moment, you just start soaring.
I started just playing so all the games I just had to get better, and then at myself, I told myself every game since it's me now I'm playing, because now I understand. Like I'm hearing other people's stories, like yo, he played 8, 12, blase. After playing 12 and under, I stopped playing basketball. Like I was just a computer geek. Like I said, LimeWire. Like I was with the hacking. Like I would get free.
Got you.
Never mind. I ain't say none of that. But back to what I was saying, I stopped playing basketball. And for real, thinking about it, not even thinking about it, but knowing what I know myself and thinking about it back then, I was just like, I ain't confident. So, I was going through high school and I started beating the team, the basketball. Like I said, I started hanging with the basketball players and started beating them. I'm like, oh shit, this is the basketball team, and I'm cooking these guys with and one moves.
Right.
I can play basketball.
You could really play.
Correct. So my senior year, and then this is where it took a turn for the best in my career for real. My senior year, I ain't have no looks. I had one look, probably with like Penn State Altoona that I knew of, right?
Okay.
So no look, because Penn State Altoona not even a fucking basketball team. Is an auxiliary university of Penn State.
Penn State, the school. Are these looks? So let me ask you a real quick question, Denzel. You say you're not getting too many looks, but you're getting this look. Is this now while you're still at Lincoln, or before that year you spend at the Lutheran Academy? Is this?
No, so I'm transitioning. Like I told you, my man, the layup, I played, and I told myself each game I got to get better.
Okay.
So, for real, and look, I told you, like I said before I stopped playing because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I knew I could kill motherfuckers in street ball. Now, don't get me wrong. The summertime was my shit.
Right, of course.
Summertime.
You play with a lot of confidence. Yeah.
Summertime. Yeah, and it's outside. I'm a street ball player. But that under the whistle was a little different inside for me for some reason. I think it is for a lot of kids. My OGs used to say them lights is brighter.
Yeah.
But as you know, as you get older, and then as I got better and better, so my senior year, I'm playing. Like I ain't even shoot the ball that much because I just wanted to win. I was the guy more so under the whistle. I was more so if I got 2 points and we win, I'm good.
Okay.
Street ball, I'm gonna kill you. Like, oh yeah, I gotta give you everything. Like you shouldn't even be guarding me.
Right.
But so I'm like, I think my senior year, I think I only averaged like 8 points. Like I didn't even average that much. I didn't even have over 100 points scoring.
But you didn't play. But you didn't play a lot. So
no, I played. No, I did play. I just didn't look to score because I had to. And for real, I had to bring the ball up. Like my youngin, rest in peace, Brand. He was our point guard, and he was a little slow. He was herky jerky, but he was super shooter.
Okay.
But Philly, we got guards for days. We got any type of guard you need.
Right,
Skinny
right.
guards, but they all press. So even if
Gotcha.
you don't have a strong guard pressing, you got a skinny fast guard that's turning you. So
Mm-hmm.
he getting turned all game. He get tired. He throw it to me. I could bring the ball up because I could dribble.
Because
But
you can handle the ball. Right.
all right.
Okay.
So when they big on me for real. So I'm coming up the court, bang, like get back here, like this is my time, like
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
come up and just go to the rain and diamond guy and get a bucket. Cause I would if I had like 10 points, I wouldn't push the 20. I'd be like, all right, let me get these assists, cause I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to get this triple dub. And my
Okay.
man ain't eating yet, like he ain't get a
Okay.
shot. I would pass down shots while I've been shot to another guy that ain't scored yet, cause I would know in my mind that he ain't scored yet. And I know I'm going to score because I'm going to play the whole game.
Right, right. Okay.
So, but my senior year, after the season, I ain't have no looks, right? So, but I ain't know, like, again, I'm still not like, I'm like, listen, I just need to get to a school. I don't give a fuck. So we grind. And then going into my senior year, I played a little bit of AAU. So now I'm in the circuit a little bit.
Okay.
So
So
now,
your face, people are seeing you now a little
right,
bit more.
right, a
Okay.
little bit. It was short lived. It was so. My senior summer, that's the AU circus when I was like, I gotta get something out of this. So I
Okay.
was playing it and then I'm like, I gotta get, and then my thing, I was like, I have to gain experience fast and quick. See, a lot of kids, they think or people just think they need to work out. No, basketball is about experience. It's about, like
Mm-hmm.
I said, my OG say when them lights get bright. But if you always under them lights don't stay bright.
They don't feel bright. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
they regular. Hence
Right.
why
Right.
I'm and maybe shooting from the logo because them brights ain't light. They not
Yeah.
bright no more until the playoffs come. Then them brights still get light because them lights still get bright. But yeah, so I'm just playing in every league possible, every league I could because now I'm still doing air alert. I'm still doing it. It's the summertime. Again,
Okay.
I totally get busy in the summertime. So like 4 or 5, like I'm playing with my brother Doug. He was on the team. He was my shooting guard. He like my brother now.
Okay.
He one of the ones that helped me with my confidence for real. Cause at Lincoln, after we graduated, we started going to different leagues and just not even leagues. At this time, basketball was heavy, so you could go to a court and it'd be 10 people out there hooping.
And you could just get some good run.
So me and Doug,
Okay.
he lived in North, so even though I had family in North, but he was the guy. He was the best player on the team at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I got to play with him, and we had a connection on the court. But he
Okay.
had the network. I ain't have it. But he liked playing with me because I was good. So
Right.
we just
Right. Okay.
bang, we took off. So I'm
Good.
doing tours the North Philly courts. Like we just walking the courts because we 18, we didn't have cars yet. Walking the court, right? While we walking to one of the courts, he said one of the realest shit that helped me with my confidence. He was like, "Yo, Zo, why you don't really be killing motherfuckers like that?" I said, "I don't know. I be just chilling, like I just want everybody to eat, as long as we
Right.
win."
Right.
Like it was after a game, and he was like, "Yeah, I know that, but niggas really can't guard you for real." I'd be like, "Yeah, I know, but I be just chilling." He's like, "Yeah, that's the problem. You be chilling too much. Niggas really can't guard you." So just started scoring. I'm like, and then, but as under the whistle, I feel like motherfuckers can guard me because it's different. You're supposed to play a different way. So now that 2 dribble crossover, that shit gonna get stolen because under the whistle, that shit's slow. But if we not under the whistle or we in the street ball, I'm not gonna do a 2 dribble cross. I'm gonna do a one
It's a
dribble
little
back,
different. It's a little different.
heavy,
Yeah.
heavy, tween. But you see how that sound and how it looked crazy back in the day. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
take more than my man T. Definitely Sco. 3 dribbles, that drawing more than 3 dribbles, you look crazy if you're not advancing the ball. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was basically more or less afraid to expose that side of my game. So I'm lacking in that game, but in this game I'm upper echelon. Like I like spinning around your head. I'm all that off
Right.
the backboard, but so he told me that. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna really, even on the court, even under the whistle, I'm gonna hone in on that. So we killing these guys at these courts. I forget the courts we're at, but some guy hit him up. He's driving by, but he stopped like, yo, Tony. He's like, what's up? He's like, yo, I need a guy. One of my guys can't make it. I need a guy for my team. I need some. And I'm like, yo, ask him, can I play? He said, sure. Boy, old head said, sure. Funny Terry brought that up. We go to Finley playground, the inside rec. That shit got the kitchen floors. Kitchen
To
floors.
play on the floor.
Yeah, the kitchen.
The floors. Okay.
The kitchen floors. The cafeteria floors. It ain't wood.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Rec center, power center. Right? I don't know who we playing for, but at this, like I just told you, my man just told me, and like at this time, I'm trying to make a name. At this time, I'm trying to make a name for myself because like I got a little bit of hype in the newspaper. You know, now I'm like, all right. I always wanted. Once I decided I wanted to play basketball, I always wanted to be recognized in the city, like because I knew I just wanted. I'm Philly. I don't give Philly. Listen, Philly. We don't give a fuck about the rest of it. Nothing. We just care about Philly. But we still
got you.
love, and if you cool and humble, and we still rock with you, but we don't really be concerned with a lot of stuff. So as long as I'm good in the hood, basically is what it's saying. As long as I was good in the hood, I was good because if I don't move out of Philly and I raise my kids in Philly, then they're good. You see what I'm saying?
I'm following you.
Now that my network is greater in Philly, now my kids don't have to grow up and fucking learn how to play basketball like I did, or I had to go to these courts. Now I can. Yo, OG, can I get the gym for my man? Or you got to work out, here you go. And when they go, they're looked after. See, this is
it's love. It's love. It trickles down. Right? I got you.
But it's different. See how Philly, I'm talking all this safety because it's so dangerous in Philly. Like you got to do certain stuff just for your kids to be safe.
Yeah.
But back to the joint, we in the game, live city. We, like I said, even think about laying up, just throw it up to the side. I'm coming off the baseline. Boom. So after that game, I had about 20. I probably had like 10 dunks. Whatever. This old head was sitting in the corner. He probably was like, that's my man Skull, so I could talk about him. Skull, my old head, Coach Skull, he was like 380 pounds, 400 pounds, like 6 feet. So some little short kid, Coach Kenny, he comes short, old head, come up to me like, yo, you know who that guy is? I'm like, no. He like, that's Daryl Schofield. He know a lot of people. You know, you ain't never hear. I was like, no. He said he coached at Philly Lutheran Christian. I said, man, I heard of Lutheran Christian Academy. That's a prep school. And mind you, at this time, I thought prep school was for people who didn't have good grades.
Okay.
In high school, and they went to prep.
Right.
Then got to college. If I'd have known that wasn't the case, I would have
not for everybody. It's not like that for everybody. Yeah.
I didn't have to worry about it. Listen, I'm a smart guy. I was 3.0. My pop told me as long as you get 3.0, every school in the country will take you if you play good enough.
Right.
Solidified me from there. So he said he want to talk to you about coming to a school. So when I came over there, he hit me with the same joint, like, you know who I am and shit. Like and he got a raspy voice like a mafia. So it's like, who you know who I am? Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
He told me the same thing. He said, if you come to my school, I could get you a college scholarship. I said, say less. I don't want he's like, no, I don't have any more questions. You just, basically what I'm doing, I've been killing motherfuckers for no reason in the street, in all these leagues.
Yeah.
Play 1 year at high school, and this is when I know you're supposed to play at least 4. The motherfuckers that's getting the high D1. See, I wanted to go to Florida State.
Okay, that's the dream. That's the dream.
Yeah, because I played football first. My favorite player was Deion Sanders.
Okay.
Charlie Ward went to Florida State, played for the Knicks. He played
quarterback. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So Florida State, Seminoles was my shit. I'm thinking I could go to Lincoln and then go down there. No.
Okay.
So now that I recognize that old head told me he'd give me a scholarship, I know that I'm super far behind because I just told you I only played 1 year high school, average 8 points. I know you got average at least 15 to 20. Then I play AU, so no coaches are watching.
Nobody's getting a chance to see.
I'm on no radar.
Yeah.
I'm in local circuit, but I've been on it. Like, so
when you get there,
yeah,
are people starting to recognize who Denzel Jackson is when you get to Lutheran?
No, when I get to Lutheran, this is when Denzel recognized what real basketball is.
Ah, okay. Talk to me about that experience there.
It was real basketball, like prep school basketball, and then that joint real basketball be. So I get there, I go with my man Doug. We go like basically like a package deal, whatever.
Okay.
you know, I ain't worried about the work because, you know, I'm smart. So I'm like, fuck it. So, but when we got to the hooping, we had, you know, prep school, you know, Philly, I know everybody from Philly, but I didn't even know everybody from Philly. Like I said, I was only killing North. I stayed away from certain parts because I told you, Philly, if you don't know certain people and you ain't got no name, niggas will
You
try
gotta be
you.
safe. You gotta be safe.
You
I
know
get
what
it.
I'm saying? You gotta be safe. So you don't go to too many leagues down there. Like, for real, for even in the North leagues, like my man from Lindenfield, my man Jay, I ain't gonna say his full name, but that he showed me, like, he was one of the first people that showed me a burner, like, that we needed the burner. Like, I seen the burner, but as in some shit, like, hold on. Like, that joint, like, hold on, I gotta grab the burner joint. Like, we going to, dang, what's them courts? The hood gonna be mad at me, I forgot about these courts.
Yeah, the whole watching. They watching.
The joint, they watching, the joint's right off Ridge, right off Broad and Ridge. We about to get out, he like, hold on. I'm like, what? He like, yo, pass me that gun under the seat. I'm like, what? He like, I grabbed that joint. I was like, oh. And I had gave it to him. I'm like, okay. So this is that type of environment. No, matter of fact, I ain't even grab it because I was wipe my fucking fingerprints off. I was always wary of shit that took you to jail, especially when I turned 18. It was over. I stopped doing all that little kid shit, like stealing, all that. Fuck that. He said, hold on, and he reached across me to grab it. Like,
okay.
I was like, oh, all right, bet this that type of party. But now I'm cool. Like I said, it's street ball. We outside. I'm cool. And I'm super cool now because my man got the strap. So at the end of the day, he letting it rip. I just got ducked. I mean, it's the life we live. Like, I don't know if people seen my story from earlier. Like, you dunk on somebody and nigga might try to fight you. You talk
see, it's
too much.
the culture. The culture is different out there in Philly. It's different.
You talk too much, and the key words is keep it basketball. That's when a motherfucker lets you know, look, I'm just out here playing basketball because it's just something to do. I'm really a street nigga, or if you're not a street nigga like me, it's like, yo, I'm about to sock you. Keep it basketball. Like we playing basketball right here. You talking totally different. Keep it basketball, or it gets dark.
Right.
So back to Luther, we had guys from Maryland, we had guys from New York, and then we still had guys from the inner city that I never met. My man Sad, my man Devin McClendon, both of them. My man, and then I'm playing with the Joneses. I gotta call them Joneses now. So I'm dunking all on them, spin dunk. I'm 360 dunking on people. Cause like I said, main event. I could dunk now, so now I'm off the backboard. I'm windmilling. We trying dunks and shit. So I get in there, everybody can dunk.
Right. So now,
So,
everybody's athletic.
Finishes gotta be different. So I'm getting in the drills. First of all, the first drill was this is my moment. Like I said, is really real. This was my moment. My man. Oh shit. So I could name drop, and I ain't no dicky to bet, just so you give an idea of who was on my team. So this was right after Lutheran got in the Slam magazine. So now we got all the eyes.
Okay.
So first drill, first of all, the first practice had coaches. I'm like, what the hell? Like, ain't no, like, yo. So now I'm nervous, right? But I'm still confident because I'm like, fuck it, like this is my chance.
This is my opportunity, yeah.
All right, the first drill, it was a 3-on-2 drill. We had to warm up a 3-on-2 drill. It was 2 people back. It was my man Mike Scott at point guard. It was Cliff on the right? Cliff is the guy. Rest in peace. Sorry, my fault, Cliff. Rest in peace. He's my dog. He was the guy that dated Eric Mena. He Kevin Durant homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there with me, and his homie was on the left side.
Okay.
So Mike pushed it to the outside. As soon as ball caught it, he didn't even take a dribble, and he caught it by like the coach's box or like like NBA line. He just threw it up. Cliff coming from the other, because on the 3-on-2 drill, the backside guy gotta come out.
Gotta come out, yeah, and get the out. Yeah, I got you.
Threw it up. Here come Cliff out of nowhere, deuce hand. Boom! The guy up top didn't have enough time to drop back down and cover it.
And recover, yeah. Okay.
Came back down, guy out the net, outlet the Mike again. Mike did the same thing, outlet the Cliff homie. Cliff homie just threw that shit up again. And we was playing like you had to make stops or everybody got to do push-ups. or run or something. So the first drill they got everybody out of here. It was like the first group of 5. Like he put everybody into groups of 3.
Right.
First group of 5, they got everybody in 5 the same play. I said,
And that's
okay.
Is that when you when you realized you was playing at a different level?
This is a different animal. I said, this
Okay.
is a different animal. Of course, the people adjusted, but
Yeah.
after that practice, it was like a joint. Like okay.
Okay.
So mind you, like I said, we doing the drills. I'm struggling. Like I could tell it, I was struggling. Like of course I got my few dunks, but when it wasn't a dunk, it was a missed jumper or missed pass or something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Trying too hard because the coach is over there.
Right.
The scrimmage time come. Bet. Yeah, now like fuck all that drill shit.
Now we can play. Let's play.
We gonna play. They playing. Coaches leave. All right, now Denzel, Doug, Josh. Yo. We played. Of course, it was a few remaining. Then we played. After the joint, I'm like, yo, like, damn, we didn't get to play when it was like money time. Like, I'm feeling some type of way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like, yo, Sco, why I ain't play? Cause I'm a guy where you can tell me what's wrong and I'm not gonna take it to heart.
Right.
Like,
At least be real. Be real about what's going on.
Like if you say like if I went to a teacher and said, why I didn't get A on this essay, and she said I didn't like the way you didn't use enough productive words for me. Okay, cool. That means I just wrote in layman's terms too much. But so I'm like, why I ain't play? So I could work on it because shit, I'm not just gonna be here and go home and be bitching. Like, let me know, cause like I got work ethic. I'll go in the rain right now and if you
work.
say I need to be from half court,
Right.
I'll do that shit. So he like, Denzel, until you learn how to play basketball, you will not play for my school. I said, what? I just played like high school. I'm here.
Right. But it's a whole different level. So now he's like, you gotta play basketball, learn the game.
One moment. Hold on real quick. All right. Yeah, so I'm like, what you mean? Like, you seen me play? He said, no. Don't get it wrong. You're very talented. You're raw talent. Like, you very talented. I seen you got the size, athleticism, instincts, whatever. Because I was just like, dog. Like, people usually tell stories and they be like, yeah, I averaged 20 points. No, like I told you in the beginning, I don't want you to score. So I'm like glass cleaner. Like, yeah, like you better. Like, I still glass people shit, but. So I was like, what you mean? He like, no, you can play. He said, but you don't know how to play. Until you learn how to play basketball, you'll never play for me because this ain't that. You come in, you get your thing, and you gotta go. Basically, like that's basically what he was saying. Like,
okay,
like so. But I felt him. I said, bet that's legitimate, because basically, if you'd have put me out there, I'd have been fucking the wreck up. And you already know when people fuck the wreck up, you be mad as shit. So why
you be mad? You be mad. Yeah. When did you feel like you started to learn to play the game the right way?
I just started watching. But I always was a fan of, like, once I got into basketball, I was always a fan of it. My thing was I didn't have no like position. Like if you asked me what I was, I would just say I'm a hooper.
Okay.
Like you want me to bring the ball up, I could do that. You want me to get assists, I could do that. You want me to
whatever
get buckets, I could do that. You want me to
whatever
defend, I could do that.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
I just started with how I transitioned of learning how to play basketball. I just do what I always do. I always go near the coach.
Okay.
Now on some like people be thinking like, oh yeah, nah. I just go because he's frustrated for a reason at something. So then you ask him like, oh, what happened? Or why are you frustrated? Or sometimes they'll tap you like, you know, man, he like if they scrimmaging, like if during this time, like I'm in every workout, every drill, every time I'm in the guards drill and the big man drill. Cause like I said, I understood. I played big. I was tall. Like in Philly, if you tall, you playing big man. Like I said in the beginning. So growing up, I played big man. Like I had to do the fucking big man drills to dunk overhead at one workout. It was one of the very few workouts when I was like 17. Tried to teach me a sky hook. Never ever.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was doing every drill. I was doing the guard drills and the big man drills, guard drills and big man drills. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when they would scrimmage and it wasn't my turn, I would just sit next to him so he could tell me what people was doing wrong, so I could know the right way or what the right thing to do. See, kids, they just be thinking if they can watch it. How can you watch something and know what the right thing to do? That's like saying I can cook because I watched the cooking show.
Yeah, it's not that. It don't work like that.
No, it don't work
like that.
Watching the cooking show on mute, matter of fact, because watching basketball up close is very loud and confusing. Like you hear people yelling out different, vernaculars, ice, ball side, switch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't like on TV. On TV, you got the commentator. He'll tell you what happened and do the same thing the coach would do, basically.
And you don't even have to know the game to know what's going on because they're gonna tell you. But you talking about your time at that prep school. How do you land the scholarship at University of Maryland Eastern Shore?
Okay, so now prep school year. The first half of the year, basically like prep school is two halves basically, because people leave prep school after one half, and you see people they'll go to college and they'll have a half a year remaining. You be like, how that happened? They'll come to the year coming to the college season during the winter session.
Okay.
And to the fall, to the spring instead of starting in the fall. So it's prep school, you got 2 sessions. So my first session was packed with like seniors, so I ain't play that much. But I was working against them. Shout out to my guy Malik Perry. I was behind him, and he from South Philly. So now you already know the gritty. So I'm catching bowls. But this time I'm still like 180. I'm like 175, maybe 6'4". My man Malik Perry like 6'4". I mean, I'm like 6'5". He like 6'4", 6'3", but he like two something. He like 220, 215. Stocky though, not like 220, 215 football. Like he like when he dunked, you could hear it basically. So I'm guarding him. I'm hit with all the bowls, and he that boy. He the bump boy. Like he want to bump. Like he towards the end of his like time there, he started getting the skills like his face up game. But before that, he was Karl Malone with it basically. Karl Malone in his early years, pick for Mike Scott, Mike Scott or whoever down him, and he trying to dunk that shit regardless. But that's what Sko had installed us, because I remember one time, this is how I got the scholarship to UMES. As I started playing, we in Chicago, I think, for this tournament. Cooking niggas, like I'm cooking, like dang, man, I got player of the game and everything. But I remember I did a play, and I had that joint like, and I just finger rolled it, and he was like, "Why you in?" I think they had called timeout or something. He was like, "Why you in dunk it?" I said, "Oh, because I thought I was gonna miss, so I just finger rolled it and laid it in just to make it." He was like, "No, try to dunk everything." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Matter of fact, I ain't even say what you mean." I said, "Everything." I said, "Even if I miss, because I'm the guy. I don't ask too many questions. Don't get me wrong. Like if somebody say here's some money, I'm gonna say where it's from or something, and they say don't worry about it. I'm gonna be like, all right. Like I'm not gonna say what you mean. Don't worry about it. So like, if you telling me to do, like I said, if you told me to shoot from half court, now I'm gonna make sure you saying this, because I don't want you to say I didn't say that."
Yeah.
I try to dunk. I said, even if I miss, because I just told you I felt like I was gonna miss, so I just wanted to bucket. He said, even if you miss. I said, all right. And then he explained. He said the reason why I tell you to dunk, the reason why I'm telling you to do this is because it shows your athleticism. If you going up there and you just finger rolling and you could have dunked it, you're not really showing what your true athleticism is.
Right.
And that'll get you a scholarship. Man, makes sense, and it'll get me a scholarship. It was over. Now, like, you could contest. Some of my friends that's watching, they could contest. I'll miss dunking on somebody in a heartbeat, or dunk.
Because you're trying to dunk everything.
Like people, like it got so bad. Like even like 2 years, like right before COVID, and doing like people like I'm doing the joint and just finger rolling it because I'm getting like I'm not warmed up. People like, yo, you ain't gonna dunk it. I'm like, bro, I'm 32. Like this was chilling. Like
yeah.
Warmed up. I showed up late to the game because I just came from work. Like it ain't. I'm not in season yet. Like let me chill.
Right. Okay.
The impact that I had from just always trying to dunk, because my old head, my coach Sko, he instilled it. Like just try to dunk everything.
Okay.
I dunk it. But then, you know, second half of that year I played more because Malik left. He went to Iowa State at the time. Everybody left, so now it's like spots since everything's up for grabs. I'm playing Chicago, I'm playing in Mississippi, playing here. Bob Huggins tournament in West Virginia, Jones and like North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Run right into AU, the same thing. And now I got a name for myself a little bit because Lutheran, we didn't really lose that much. We lost a few times. I think we lost to, did we? I don't even think we lost to Tyreek Evans when we played against Tyreek Evans and them. I think we won that. We played down Temple because Chester plays Southern. That's a big rival.
Okay.
I think we beat them. And my man Devin McClendon was hot. He was at that game. But I mean, he played with me. But so I'm running right into AU. Now AU, like I said, now I'm getting the AU is weird because I never experienced AU. So now I'm playing with Sko. I'm getting invites from other teams to play for other teams. I'm like, oh, Sko, what's this? Like now he basically Sko became my basketball consultant because he knew about the full 360. You know, every blue chip recruit. He know about all that because he been a part. He been in the game a long time. So he like, it's okay. I'm like, no, I just want to play for you, Sko. Like I'm loyal to the soil. You know what I'm saying? Like you said you was gonna help me. I trust in you. And you're like, no, it's okay. You can play. When you start making a name, people need players, or like people know I got players. Certain other AU tournaments, you know, they need players. So now I sent the players. I'm playing for a team that's from Indiana. I'm playing for a team that's from whatchamacallit. So now I'm in the AU circuit. Honestly, for real, I could tell this now because I would tell it if I was in the NBA. I wasn't supposed to go to UMES for real. UMES was a lookout for my old head Reds, right? But not saying that I ain't have schools. I had schools from the AU circuit. Like I had Buffalo. I remember I went to Boston. Me, my man Ian, and my man Sean Chenault. We drove to Boston by ourselves. 19-year-olds drove from Philly to Boston to play in the tournament. In that tournament, I got Buffalo and a few other Jones. But when the first year the Reebok camp was in Philadelphia, it was at Philly U. Shout out to Raheem. Raheem set that up, Chosen League. I played in it. I got Northeastern. This is ironic. I got Northeastern out of that tournament, out of that camp. I got Northeastern. The Northeastern coach approached me like, hey, I want to offer you a scholarship. What are you doing in regards to prep? Because I only spent 1 year of prep. I had a whole nother year.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't know. Like, what are we doing? So I turned to Sko, because Sko right here, like, he was there with me at the camp. Like, he gave me advice, like, nigga, if I ain't shoot enough, yo, you got to shoot the ball. Because, like I told you, I'm still playing the right way, still get people involved, but I'm going to get mine. You know what I'm saying? But he like, no, you keep killing them. You know what I'm saying? This person looking, oh, cool, bet. That person, bet. Now I got to kill you because they looking. Like, now it's different. It's not even basketball no more. This is livelihood. But I look like, Sko, what are we doing? Like, is this a good look? Because I ain't know Northeastern. For real, if I didn't know Northeastern was a mid-major, I'd have signed. I'd have said, Sko, I know what you're doing and all. You a good guy and all program, but I'm a step. So Northeastern sound like Northeastern, like, what is that? I'm like, if you ain't on TV, if you ain't on my TV, I don't know you because, like I said, I didn't grow up under basketball.
You wasn't watching it enough to
say
see.
like about Duke, North Carolina, and all that. And I
the Blue Bloods
help my dad bet in his office pools and shit. But I didn't know about mid majors too much. Like I didn't know Northeastern was a mid major. Even when he was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, we're in Boston," and da da da. I'm like, okay, Boston's cold as shit. Because I'm an immature, I'm a young boy. Boston cold as shit, but I didn't care because I'm just trying to go D1. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was the only thing. I wasn't going D2. Like I had D2 offers. I wasn't even looking at them. I looked at them.
You wasn't even paying attention to them. I got you.
My man Sko say you give me D1, we're going D1. And in Philly at that time, you like it was a stigma. If you ain't D1, you ain't shit.
Okay.
So I wanted to be the shit.
You wanted to be that. You wanted to be that. Of course.
Hey, nigga, I play D1. Fuck out my face.
So let me talk about it real fast. You get to Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah. Oh, my fault. Let me get into that. So Sko say we're gonna do another year. I said, all right, that's what my coach said. I'm gonna do another year, but I'll still look into your school because now I'm like, you know what? Let me look into the school. But after that, Sko was like, listen, we're gonna do one more year. we're gonna work on your wing skills and make you into a wing, and we're gonna shoot for like Big Ten, like Kansas State or something. I'm like, oh, bet. And mind you, K Beasley there. I mean, not K.
Yeah.
You
Mike Bees is there. Yeah.
So I'm like, bet. That same summer, fucking, I'm not now. That same summer, his school go under. So now I'm like, yo, you getting another school? Like I done denied school because we supposed to be going to this Big Ten thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what you're doing? He like, yeah, I'm getting another school. Towards the end of the summer, I'm like, yo, my old head Reds. Sean Johnny played at Gratz. He played with Rasheed Wallace. He just got the assistant coaching job at UMES. And
Right.
I just played for him for his AU tournament. They just said, I need some players. He was helping Sam Ryans at the time, another big Philly guy.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, listen, I just got this. And my man Jamie just went there the year before, and my man Kev. And he's like, yo, listen, I just got the job. They still got scholarship available. I got you, because I just told you I'm making noise. I'm getting Northeastern, so of course he want me to go there because I'm major talent going to low D1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't know, like he don't know, like Sko don't know that shit up in there. But basically, I took the free money. Like, you know what, you don't know, and I'm not staying here home another day. This Philadelphia, I ain't even want to be here this long. So I go.
Okay.
That's how I get the UMES.
So you a freshman there, and you start 19 games, you play all 31 games. Like you have, from the vantage point, you have a decent freshman year, right?
No, I should have started.
What happens there though, Denzel? Because you're only there for a year.
All right, so the college years I'm gonna do real small because they are small. As I bounced around and stuff, it wasn't really like this was me just trying to find a team that was right for me, basically.
Okay.
Because I knew once I got to a team, if I average a certain amount of points, you know what I'm saying, I can go to the league. Because again, I'm not playing basketball for now. I'm trying to go to the league.
And that's the goal, and the NBA is the goal.
Yeah, it's all. If your goal isn't this is just life in general. Like I'm a life coach for free. You know what I'm saying, if your goal isn't the top goal, you'll always fall short of your goal or success in general. Because if you shooting for mediocrity and you fall short, then you're gonna be below average, correct?
Absolutely.
So if you shoot to be the best, like that's why certain people are the best in the NBA and certain people not. But if you're shooting to make it to the NBA, then if you fall short where you land, you're still a professional.
You're still a pro. Exactly.
But
I like that.
Just to go overseas, you might fall short and never make it. You play whatever, but anything you do in life, it should be the top because, like Benny Siegel said, you shoot for the moon, you miss, you're still amongst them stars.
Yes, sir. So
UMES, I get there, we got a guy, he was the assistant coach. The head coach got fired because, they won in like 3 games. I'm researching, they like winning 3 games and shit. At Lutheran, we ain't lose.
Right.
So we playing, our first scrimmage, I'm hyped. Our first, I can't even say scrimmage, exhibition game, I'm hyped. We fuck around and lose to a D2 team. Hey, yo, I fouled out that game, by the way. They went in like double overtime. I'm like, it's about to go in overtime. Like, I ain't worried about it. Like, I fouled out like 4 minutes. I'm like, cool. Overzealous, even whatever. We're going overtime, double overtime. I'm like, man, we're going to win. We D1, they D2. Ain't no fucking way. Like, I ain't come here for this. Like, I should play.
Right.
We fucking lose. I went in the locker room. I aired them niggas out, dog, as a freshman. I ain't even gonna lie. Someone was cursing back, like my man Butts, he was cursing back, but I was still going like, yo, you can't say nothing to me because you been here. Because if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't have let that shit just happen. That's
right. You a freshman, yeah.
I'm a freshman, and this is how I feel. So you feel not feeling the same way I feel now. Now I'm questioning your leadership. Now it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I get it.
Basically, the coach, I came in on the last scholarship. My man Ish, I met him there. He became my man there. Ish, he went to Gratz. They just won the championship. He was the recruit of the new head coach.
Okay.
Me and Ish are the same height. It's around the same build. I'm a little bit more explosive athletically, but Ish should still dunk that shit on you.
Okay.
But I got, like, remember I told you street ball. Ish grew up always tall, so he had the post move, but I'm this. Like, I could dribble, so the reason why I didn't start was because I guess the coach didn't know my skill set, even though when we played, I always dribbled the ball. But he let Ish start. He put Ish in a situation he couldn't withstand, and I just came in. Ish was playing small forward, and he a power forward.
Okay.
So Ish had, in the office, Ish had to be on the wing and dribble. And when he put me in, this is how I started starting. He put me in with my guy from Serbia. And mind you, I'm a strategic guy, so I always learn everybody's movements for some reason. So even back in high school, like I said, I was a big, but I always wanted to be a guard because of Alamo and stuff and all. I want to dribble. And then Philly, the
right.
30. Like, we ain't thought that you get the ball touched every 15 possessions or something like. So I wanted to be on the wing. That's come from when me playing 10 and under. Like, down low, I'm open, nobody pass you the ball ever. So, I got to play out there, so I got to dribble. Okay, cool. He put me in. The Serbian guy said to me, Denzel, I don't know the plays for the 3. The coach put me at 4. I played the 4. I know the plays at the 4, but I knew the 3, I knew the 2, I knew the 1, I knew the fucking 5. So when he was like, I don't know the plays for the 3, I literally smiled and said, don't worry about it, I got you. You just play the 4. And then I started playing the 3, started shaking a little bit, going a little bit. But then again, me being basketball minded, I don't like, and being from Lutheran, I ain't like losing. So now we doing shit, it's not making sense. I start questioning the coach. You know what I'm saying? But he can't bench me at this time because I'm still one of the dogs. Like,
You still producing. Yeah.
Like, we playing Bradley, I'm having 16. We playing Florida Gulf Coast, I'm giving them 15. West Virginia 16.
Okay.
So we in conference tournament. This is where I stopped starting. Conference tournament, I get sick. I don't even get like illy sick. Like, see, now when I say sick, I get like the common cold sick, right?
Okay.
Right before the game, the day before the game. So I'm like, yo, I'm a little bit sick. Is there somewhere you get some medicine? Usually at home I thug it out, whatever. But I'm like, I'm at school, this is when I'm starting to learn that closed mouth don't get fed, because like I'm opening my sneaks, they getting done, I'm sliding in practice, and the coach like, yo, what's wrong with your sneaks? I'm like, oh, they a little done, like, but they good, like and he like, no, just go to the trainer, the athletic room, and ask for a new pair of sneaks.
Get a new pair of sneakers. Yeah.
We could do that? Like, yeah, because they give us 2 pairs to start with, and we got preseason workouts.
Right.
On your own, all that. So my joint's done, and he like, you just go get some new ones. I said, what? So now it's like, closed mouth don't get fed, but so I'm like, can I get some meds? So I want to be, because we about to play Howard.
Okay.
And they, at the time, they the worst team in the league, so I'm like, I might get my fucking rocks off, and it's Howard. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, when we played in the in-conference games, it was a zoo in the gym. Like, during non-conference games,
of course, but you in the MEAC. There's a lot of, there's a lot of HBCUs and all of that kind of stuff.
They got better things to do, and at the time it was 22-to-1 female to male ratio, so they got better things to do. They getting ready for the parties and stuff.
Right.
But when the conference games came, they was flocking. Like, everybody, them joints was packed. But I get sick. The trainer ruled me ineligible because I was sick. I'm like, miss, I don't have the flu. I just have the common cold. I literally can still play. So I didn't play that game because she ruled me ineligible for being sick. And we win. Mind you, we was on a crazy losing streak because, like, I think that game
okay.
So, yeah. So we win. The next game, I come off the bench. We play against FAMU on ESPN at homecoming. Pat lit. Like, going to AC homecoming, I'm AIC homecoming, I'm like, man.
Way different from when you was,
Like, I was literally at homecoming like this until my senior year, because my senior year I was, I opened up a little bit more, but I was
right, of course.
Because at that time, I still was in my winning mode. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
Right, of course.
But we played FAMU. I played 32 minutes, but I came off the bench. We win. So he hit me with the, yo, you know, I'm superstitious. You know, we beat them with you coming off the bench. Blase, blase. I think you should come off the bench. Don't take it no personal. You know, there's a lot of good bench players. Only reason I'm moving like this because this is what he was doing. If Manu did nobly, you know, by this time it's 1-1-1-1. You said Manu just 1-1-1. Even though Manu all that, but I'm not trying to come off the bench. Manu didn't even like coming off the bench.
Nah, he did it, but he ain't like
He
it.
just
Yeah,
did it because he had to, and he respected Pop enough. And then once at that time, he just was like, "Well, when I get in, I'm shooting the ball every time.
I'm going." Yeah,
Right, fuck it." But in college, it ain't no unless I got that green light, which I didn't. Then I'm not coming off the bench. And I
right.
might have had it, like I said. Oh, so like I said, my man Doug, he you know what I'm saying, he helped me with my confidence. And my man Ian, he joined me at Lutheran a year after that. He had went to school, work, whatever, and I told him, he was talking about basketball. I'm like, listen, my prep school, they'll get you a school basically, but when I went to Luke, the first week I was at school, both of them got booked.
Okay.
So now I'm just like playing and shit, like, so I don't have them guys in my corner now telling me to shoot the pill, like, you know what I'm saying? So every now and then I would like, I'm like dog, these niggas like every now and then I have relapses, like my dog's going, you know what I'm saying? So like I was coming off the bench just playing, like, cause I just want to play at this point, cause this nigga, he on, and then like I felt like his basketball mind wasn't clicking on all cylinders. The coach that at the time, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He would change our offense in the middle of the season. Like we ain't have no. Now, in hindsight, that shit did me justice because, like I said, I would learn everybody's spot. So we started out with 4 out, 1 in. We started losing. So he said, we're losing. We got to switch it up. Then we did 3 out, 2 in. We're losing. So we got to switch it up. Then we did the flex.
Okay. He wasn't consistent enough.
Yeah. So now,
Yeah.
so it's hard to get. Now, if you learn a new offense, you know, when you learn the offense, you learn it, but then you learn how to score within the offense.
Yeah.
So if he keeps switching by this time and fucking tourney and conference play, I'm burnt out. Like, and you got me coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And
Nah, I get it.
and it's warm outside, and it's just at the homecoming. Man, listen, and we didn't fucking lose. And for real, I already got wind that I had like people looking at me because my first half of the season, I was averaging like 8 and 8.
Okay.
2 blocks, 2 steals, and like 4 assists. Only reason it was like 4 assists because niggas wasn't making shots. But I was like I said, I'm a hooper. I'm just going like, you ain't getting this layup. I'm coming to glass that shit.
Right.
I'm at half court. Like I wish my school was a little richer or 1 year later. But all my fucking film from UMES was on fucking VHS footage.
On VHS. Damn.
You know, my only few highlights of UMES on my page came from me recording from a flip phone, recording in our fucking film room on a big back TV, and I had to
Old school.
Yeah.
I
had to record it and save it in my phone, and then upload to YouTube. I don't have none of that film.
That's crazy.
So,
that's crazy.
Me, and then I saw that I'm burnt out. I'm like, yo, we can't keep doing this, like switching offense shit. Like,
Right.
So he started putting me deeper in the bench. But like I said, I wasn't worried about it. And I was telling Sko, like, Sko, this nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about. And he like, don't worry about it. You know, you got some buzz. You know, there's a few guys asking me if you transferring. And I'm like, shit, I'm about to get the fuck out of Dodge before I get caught up. What my man Pop
Yeah.
He like, no, just finish it through because if you're doing this well, basically he knew I was gonna do better. But like I said, I've been having like my man's got books, like, so now every now and then I would get a letter from my man Doug or my man Ian. Shit. And then I think even that year, I think also, or the year after, but that was in a different school. My fucking, remember my cousin Larry, he had got booked.
Okay.
So all my best friends decided, and then like, you know, all my best friends in high school, growing up in high school, my man Kev, he was my homie. We played AU together, but he was from our you know what I'm saying, rival neighborhood, but claiming the basketball. So like I would
Got
see him, but it's like fuck out, nigga, we'll bust your ass.
right. I got you.
At UMS, we got a little close. We got closer and shit. But my dogs that gave me my confidence, they all gone.
Mm.
So, but I still was, have relapses every there and then. But then, we went 4 and everything. Then they got a new coach. The coach told me, he said the most idiot. Well, it wasn't the most idiotic thing I ever heard, but the reason why I transferred from UMS, the coach said basically he was cutting motherfuckers on the spot. This shit was like a job interview. Cause my man got cut. My man James got cut. My man James Innes just came from Colorado University, right? In high school, he scored like 60. He all that like he was cooking. At Colorado, he was cooking, but he transferred there to UMS. I don't know why or to be back home, but he was nice. He had to sit out the transfer rule. The new coach came in, cut him.
Damn.
Cut him. He didn't give him a chance to play. Cut him. My man Ish, he told my man Ish, sorry Ish, if you're still watching, he told my man Ish, listen, you can transfer if you want because you're not going to play. Your skill set don't fit our offense. So we're not going to take your scholarship from you, but you can transfer. But my man James, they just said, nah, you got to transfer. Like, we ain't giving that scholarship back to you. So when it was my turn, I was in there like, what you got to say to me, OG? Like, you ain't gonna say no crazy shit to me talking about some of my skill set, cause I'll run down everybody's skill set on this fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? And we already played against some of your recruits. I'll run down their skill set too. And what do you want to do? But basically, he was like, what do you see yourself, on this team? I said, I'm a 3-4. I could play inside and out, but I know I'm too small to really play inside to be effective. But I'm a slasher, and I know with some training, and I could get my wing skills. Remember, I told you we was already into doing it. He was turning me into a wing, and I already told you I had the N one. So I'm really trying to be a wing because I know the NBA not taking those 6'6" power forward.
Right.
But in hindsight, well, now I would strive. Now they need 6'6" power forward.
Yeah, they need your skill set, how you play, all that. You would thrive. Yeah, you would thrive on that level now.
Right, 20-year-old me, I'm in the summer league, 6'6" power forward. All I got to do is go to the lane and dunk.
Yeah, you rocking. You wound up leaving UMES after a year.
Because so I'm like, I could be a slasher, I could whatever. He says to me, I look at you more as a 4-3. Basically, like, I'm gonna just stick you down low, and you're gonna be setting screens. So I got out of there basically.
So let me ask you, you transfer from there, you make a stop at Tyler College before you go to AIC.
Yeah.
Is there any doubt creeping into your mind about yourself as a basketball player because you go to a JUCO and then a D2? Does there any doubt creep in your mind about your ability?
No, so the reason only reason I went to the JUCO. In hindsight, I should have waited out the summer. But the reason why I went to that school, where go, and what's the guy name? I should remember it, but he coached there, and he was in the gym. He was the assistant coach. He said to me, he said to Skull, he said, if that guy comes to my JUCO, I could get him to any college in America. Now, Skull, I just proven right with Skull. I went D1. So if he telling Skull that, and I asked Skull what he thought, he said, yeah, he probably could. Mind you, I researched him. They just got Jimmy Butler to Marquette. Jimmy Butler and his man just went to Marquette. They had another guy that go to Iowa State. So they sending guys these mid-majors, high majors, right?
Okay.
So I said, cool, I'm there. Say less, because I'm going mid-major, just like the plan. We're going to the NBA.
Right.
I get there, the fucking assistant coach leaves and go to Marquette with Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler goes to the NBA or whatever.
Goes to the league, yeah.
Basically, and I think he's the head coach of Marquette now, actually, because Buzz left.
Buzz is out of there, yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm basically here in front of this coach that don't know me because he's like, yeah, what can you do? And I'm like, so now it comes with anything. So
Damn. So
now,
now you gotta reprove yourself
all right.
again
So
to
now,
this. Okay,
instead of him bringing me in with plans for me, I gotta prove myself again, and
I
I got
got you.
skill set. And now that I have such a sucking wide variety of a skill set, because I always wanted to be like a Swiss Army knife. I want to be a jack of all trades, I used to say.
Right.
But then I learned when you're a jack of all trades, sometimes you're not great at anything. So then that comes into the pro career. But anyway, so now I'm playing 3 for this man. I'm playing the 4 for this man. I'm playing the 5. At one point I was playing the 5 for this man, bro. Because I just was just like, what you need, like, I got
Right.
you.
Whatever you need. Yeah.
So there I had Vanderbilt. I said, bet, we out, right? I'm talking to Vandy. I'm talking to Bryce Drew.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, no.
Yeah, you got it. Bryce Drew. Bryce Drew.
Bryce Drew. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
his teammate was Mark Price. See, look, Bryce Drew, I know who you are. Like I told him, and I think he took that as bravado. And you see, I'm monotone, so he probably thought I was disinterested, but I was really taken back.
Okay.
Like I played with Bryce. I played against Bryce Drew when I was a young boy on the sticks, playing against the Rockets.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew who, and I knew
You knew it was
He played for his pop, and he hit that game winning in 20
in the tournament. Yes, sir.
That's my network. That's my end, because he played in the NBA. He know how to get in the NBA, and he got connection. All I gotta do is do whatever he asked me to do, and do a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the NBA. I'm talking to him. He like, yeah, you know who I am? I'm like, yeah, you Bryce Drew. You went to Vanderbilt. You played for your dad. You hit the 20. You played at Cleveland for a few years. Then you ended your career at the Rockets. He said, wow, I said, yeah, I used to, I know a little bit. Like at this time, I'm a historian.
Right.
He introduced me to everybody. He was trying to introduce me to his pop. If I had talked to his pop, I probably would have been at Vanderbilt. We'd probably be talking a
different story.
Have a couple million people watching, but
yeah.
I had to talk to his pop. A couple of months go by, I'm asking my assistant coach, like, what they doing? Like, because I told him I'll sign right now. Like, I don't even need a visit, but I'll go on a visit just to meet you guys. But you can sign it, and I can still come. Like, send that paperwork now. Like, we don't have to talk on the phone anymore. I told him, I said, I'm interested. I want to come, because my thing, like I said, they already sent somebody to the league. Y'all do send people to the league. No, matter of fact, it's not Vanderbilt. It's Valparaiso.
Valparaiso, yeah.
Yeah, but y'all sent somebody to the league so I can make it to the league, right? Bet, cool. So I didn't get that joint. They took 2 freshmen instead of taking the JUCO. They just rebuilt that program. So now I'm just like defeated. This is why I went D2. I'm defeated, bro.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't even know what looks I got anymore. I turned down Texas State because I felt like I could go higher. And for I could have went to Texas State and flourished, but I didn't. At that time, I wanted to win. And I looked up. They didn't win enough games for me. And then, and for I still was going to go. But 2 factors. They practiced at 6 o'clock in the morning every fucking day. And I'm not a morning person.
All right.
Nighttime person. Like, freaks come out at night, 1-1-1. Freaks come out at night.
Yeah, I got you.
So, and 2, now I wasn't a smoking or heavy drinking boy, right?
Okay.
But they were. So I'm like, oh, y'all niggas ain't athletes. In my mind, y'all not athletes because y'all smoking. Now the drinking, I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. But the smoking part, like not even just weed, because I'm from the hood, but the cigarettes and the blacks, this is something. This isn't a winning culture to me. I'm cool. Like, this is why y'all lose. In my mind, this is why y'all lose. Y'all smoke blacks, chill. Like, I'm like, we just worked out. I'm trying to work out again. Like, we getting shots up. They like, no, we just gonna chill into the party later and shit. I'm like,
nah, that's not breeding. That's not breeding what you wanna. Yeah, I got you.
Mind you, I'm at this visit at Texas State hurt. Like, I had rolled my ankle real bad like a few weeks before, and I still went and hoop. Like, that's how, like, I was a hooper. Like, I'm a hoop. Like, I'm gonna prove myself to these niggas. Like, cause in my mind, I'm taking it as them like, oh, this boy trying to come in and take a spot. And yes, exactly what I'm trying to do.
Gotcha.
Exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to sit the bench. Fuck
that.
Yeah. Going into that summer, I don't know what school I got. Then I'm asking my coach, like, do I got any more offers? He present an NAIA to me at Oklahoma State. Not Oklahoma State. It was like Northwest Oklahoma State or something like that. I don't know. But NAIA. In my mind, NAIA is for people fucked up in the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
For the NAIA, even though they do give you money, but niggas ain't getting drafted from the NAIA.
Mm-hmm. And that's still the focus. I need to get
Yeah,
to the league. I'm trying to
right.
get to the
Because I
league.
got 2
Okay.
more years left.
Right.
Fuck that. So I'm defeated. But this coach, he was following me since I went to TJC. Coach Art Lutowski. Good.
I'm familiar with Art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He followed me. He wanted me to come to AIC my sophomore year, but I went to JUCO, and then he was still like checking up on me. So now him doing that, it almost took like the place of Sko. You know, Sko was always, nobody ever takes Sko place, but like if I could vibe with you, then I could play with you because I could communicate to you when I fuck up.
Okay.
And you don't take me out because I fucked up. That's why
Right.
like, again I would do some crazy shit. Niggas be like, oh shit, and they'll fuck up or it won't. But he was following me. So when he had, and then now everybody asks me like, where you going? Where you going? Because I'm back home now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. So Art, he take me down. He take me on a visit. He like, listen, you can come on an unofficial, whatever. I come on an unofficial to AIC. I'm looking. I'm like, this joint trash. He like, yeah, we got cheesesteaks. He take me to the little pizza spot with the grinder.
Yeah. Antonio's.
And I'm like, this shit trash.
Yeah. completely different from coming from a D1. Yeah.
This is where you staying at. Where was we at? We wasn't Elwood, but we was on the upstairs. We ain't had suites.
Okay.
This is trash. I had my own room in D1.
Yeah, it's different.
So, but how he talked to me, and he was a good dude, and he was like, if you come here, you remember before they ran the flex. With Lucius and them. Lucius, I know that they ran the flex, but he told me, he said, if you come, we're going, because I'm like, I'm not with all that, you know, you just, and Art had came see me play in this regular league that I demolished. So I was like, you just see me play. The last guy, the JUCO, he ain't see me play. He put me down low at the 4 and the 5, and it was a set offense. It wasn't like a motion offense. So now, it's a great offense. It's the same offense that Loyal Marymount ran with Hank Gathers. Shout out to Hank Gathers, Philly Legend.
Shout out to Hank Gathers, yeah.
And that's my man DJ Uncle. They had a set offense, so the 4 will run to the foul line, cut across the lane to the opposite box. The 2 just runs up the sideline, stays there. The 3, he fast breaks and runs to the opposite box of the 4, but he already there. And the 5 trails and the 4, the 1 always brings the ball up on the right side of the court. So that's the offense, no matter what. Like even in practice, we'll play him to the left. He has to bring it up on the right side of the court because everything happens from the right side of the court. So now, again, I'm a herky jerky guy. That's not, and I'm at the 4. So now you got 3 people around me because you got the guard up top, the guy in the corner, and I'm on the box. So now I don't have too much room to work with. But yeah, Art was talking good to me, and I said, "Listen, Art, if you do that and you let me rock, I'll consider it." And so he said, "That's all I'm asking." He considered it. Then I got tired of people asking, and like I said, my I ain't want to be home. I just want to be for sure where I was going.
I get it. Yeah.
The Art, cool. Art got ties to the NBA. His homies, Stan Van Gundy, because that was, and for real, that was another joint that helped me get in.
That was another, because he was in Detroit. Yeah.
He knew I wanted to be a pro because I expressed it to him, and he said, "Don't worry about it. There's a few Philly guys that went to AIC that went pro, and I know Stan Van Gundy. So if you do well, I could try." I said, "As long as you just get me there, I'll perform."
You do the rest. You do the rest. Yeah. So you play that one season, right, at AIC.
Yeah, because they took my junior year.
They took that year. I remember that.
Because I was trying to show love to Luther, and I should have just kept linking on it. Like, it's crazy, but
yeah. You with that 1 year though, do you feel like that prepared you to play professionally?
No.
Or do you? No. Okay.
No, actually, I could speak on that year if you want to, but what prepared me professionally to play was me, my man Arlen Ragbaye, and my man Byron Richards. We all had it in our minds that we was playing pro. Like, we told each other, like, I'm playing pro. You playing pro? Yeah. All right, let's work out.
Okay.
So after you know, for real, you remember the class trip to the beach or whatever, that trip?
I do.
You
I
had
do.
fun?
I do.
Yeah. I
I
wasn't
do.
there.
I remember that.
I wasn't there.
I remember that.
Me, Byron, and Alan snuck in the gym while y'all went to have fun. That's how serious we was. Like,
Ah, okay.
worked out. We put something in the door. We drove. Y'all went to go have fun. We drove back, pulled the joint out. We was getting shots up to like 12. We only got caught because campus security was driving around and they seen our car. Our dumbasses, instead of walking like we
in the little parking lot, yeah.
like we live across the street, we thinking just trying to be super fast. Like if something happens, we could get in the car, peel back, or they gonna see us walking from the gym, basically.
Right.
The cop drove by and seen us parked in front, so he checked it out and was like, listen, I wasn't even caught y'all if y'all ain't parked in front of the gym. But I'm gonna let y'all go. But basically that was when, because I realized now, again, remember I started realizing, like, again, my homies still locked up, so it wasn't nobody telling me to kill niggas. Now at this time I sat out a year, so now I'm disengaged from basketball because now I'm stressing about sitting out. What the fuck is going on? Should I transfer? I was about to skedaddle. Like, what do you mean sitting out? I can't play. Oh, if I can't play, I'm gone. Like, I'll play NAIA. They'll let me play.
They'll let you play right now. Yeah.
Fuck that. Or I'll sit out. If they want to rule that because it's D2, because it wasn't because it was D1, because I played D1 and they knew about Lutheran D1.
Okay.
And I JUCO. So this is because I'm coming to play with this corny ass Division 2 level. I'm coming to play in this dumb corny ass Division 2 level and you won't let me play. I just played in D1. You should let me play. That's if I could play there, I could play here.
Right.
So that's why I was about to skedaddle. Like, listen, I'm about to just go back D1. I'll sit, and then my network a little better, so I'm like, I'll sit out a year and just work out, and my network will get me a D1 look.
Got you. So you play that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get an opportunity to play professionally though, bro. You play in a couple of different countries. What's the best opportunity you've had to play professionally over your professional career?
The best opportunity?
Yeah, the best place that you played so far in your pro career.
Sheesh. It had to be the Middle East. Most of my career has been in the Middle East.
Okay.
But I've been, like you said, like I've been to Mexico, Middle East, Europe. But Europe, listen, Europe is always the best place to play if you can't. Well, if you want cash, of course, Middle East. But Europe, they'll treat you nice. Like, you get health benefits and shit still. Like,
okay.
Europe is, like, when I was in Hungary, that joint was real nice. Like, that was like back in school, like, closed mouth don't get fed. Like,
got you.
I was out of groceries, and I asked, like, could they take me shopping for groceries? Sometimes they wouldn't, like, after a while, they wouldn't even let me pay no more because I just started cooking so much. Like, they just was like, oh, you need groceries.
Okay. They was treating you like royalty out there.
Yeah, so that was saving me money right there too.
That's dope. I love it. I love to hear the baby in the background. I love that, bro. I love that. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, I got some fun questions for you though, Zell.
Sure.
Kind of wrap it up. I got some fun questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're a Philly cat.
Right.
I need your top Philly hoopers all time.
Man.
Philly, top 5 all time.
See, it's always going to be biased. Philly always got a Philly bias from where it's from.
From Philly. Get your top 5 from Philly all time.
My top 5, that can't be all time because all time would be like Wilt. It got to be guys from the league. But my folks.
Your 5 from Philly. What you got?
Sheesh. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I can't even answer that because, like I said, I got into Philly hoops late. So, like, one name off the top of my head, like, I used to see him in gyms and I didn't even know who he was until after I played him. Like, it was this guy named Rob Townsend. Sorry. I'm parched, but my boy Rob. He played at Southern. He was like the score lord. He played at LaSalle, all that. And I just used to hear stories and see his pictures on the wall. And then I was in his old head league for my old head, like, and he was there and I'm playing against him. I'm like, he getting a lot of calls and a lot of respect.
Okay. Who is that?
Yeah, like, and
I
like
got you.
I was always humble, so I ain't really talk trash on the court unless you talk trash to me. But then after a while, like I said, my man Jay had the strap. At around that time, I just stopped talking trash because I felt like I was better than a lot of people, so I ain't need to talk trash to you. I would just shut you up, like, yeah, all right. But no, that's a tough question.
That's all good. If Rob Towns is the only one you got for me, then I rock with that.
No, that's just like super OG, somebody that like nobody knows. Like, of course I could say Wilt, she, Kobe, but see, y'all know that, but Rob, nobody know him except for
Got you.
He's one of them guys, like something happened wrong that is like he should, like, don't you know how Jaden said, I know some kids upstate that should have made the league.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
His story is wild too. So like, and like I said, a lot of Southern people from South Philly, they get caught up in some of that mess. But I'm just gonna name drop a few. Like, this is no cap to nobody. Like, my man Feats, my man Rasheem Wright, right? I ain't know who he was either. I'm coming up in the game, and they give it to him. He like, we down like 6 or something. He like, man, just give me the ball. And I'm like, no, just give me the ball. Like, y'all ain't give me the ball. Like, if y'all didn't give me the ball, we've been up all by now. These niggas can't fuck with me. The nigga hit my man he caught the ball. He just posted him up. He like 6'3". He posted him out. He called him. He faced him out. He just pulled up. Bang, hit a 3. They missed. Come down. Give it to him again. Same spot. He jabbed the ball. Hit a 3. Bang. Get it again. Double jab ball. Same spot. Hit a 3. Bang. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, serious. Serious.
That's one of my moments, like, oh, all right, this pro shit different.
That's dope.
Pro at the time. He played in Jordan. He played for the national team, actually. That shit real big.
Okay.
I was like, oh, shit, I don't have to play for USA team to play in the Olympics.
To play on the Olympic level, yeah.
And that's what became a goal, being in a country and gain citizenship and play for the Olympics. But next play, catch it, playing with him a little bit, jab, cross back, has he cross over, go baseline. Now the ball kind of acts like he goes to slap backboard on the one side. He come on the other side. Boom! I was like, oh yeah, I got to step my game up. I got to step my.
That's tough. That's tough.
Mind you, this was while I was at Lincoln. The next year, I'm trying to be pro. I'm playing against him now, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is when I had to elevate my game. I thought I was a pro. He was trying to 1, 2, you know what I'm saying? I would pluck it. I'm locking. He was killing people, mind you. So he already in rhythm. But I'm like, man, listen, that shit's strapped. He started posting me up. I was like, all right, this is something different. Post me up, bump, shoot over me, cash. Bump, spin off the other joint, cash.
You had to step your game. You had to step your game up.
Yeah, that's what made me go back to AIC for that grad school year. I went, and if you notice, I was hanging with whatchamacallit from the football team because I told them I want to get Husky. That whole year was all about working out and getting Husky.
It was all about getting big. Because I know I came back and I was like, yo, Denzel looked like a goddamn action figure. Like, this looks crazy.
He taught me how to lift for real. He taught me how to lift, so I was like, Dana, that was his name, Dana.
Hey, I need
from New York. I was like,
I remember Dana. That's my guy.
I was like, yo, Dana, I'm not even gonna hold you. I just need you. Whenever you lift, tell me when you lift, and I'm there. And he told me, and I started. After a while, he started had other stuff to do because I think he was in his grad school year. But he already showed me how to lift. It was over from there, and I started lifting. Came back home husky as shit. Started lifting at home. Niggas thought started saying I was on steroids, but no, I just knew how to lift like a football player.
Hey, I remember when you got big, bro. I remember you was a big dude.
Yeah, then the and ones got easier, and I just fell in love with it. I was like, oh, it's over. I gotta get husky because in my mind, if this 6'2", 6'3" guard can post me up, then guys at my position can post me up.
Post you.
Because if he's a 6'2" guard, that means guys at my position is 6'6" and up, and they all weigh around his weight at the time.
Yeah.
So No, I gotta get husky.
Got to get bigger.
Like, I got the athleticism, I got the confidence, because at this time I just turned it on. Like, you know what? I'm gonna just start cooking it, because I know I only averaged 8 points at AIC, or it might have even been 6. But that AIC, that was more so about the game. Like, we was
Right,
a
right.
unit. Like, we was the runners. Like, one game I'll have 15, one game Zaya had 22. Like, it depends on what we was doing later on that night almost. Like, we was
I
going to
got you. I
Boston,
got
and
you.
people was concerned. Like, one, like, little dickhead shit. We had plans to go into Boston, and we was blowing the team out. Niggas was chilling because niggas ain't want to get hurt. Niggas ain't want
Right.
to be
They
too
want to make it. They
winded.
want to make it after. Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna go to
Yeah.
sleep. We ain't gonna make it to Boston. So no, you
Yeah.
can go
Yeah.
ahead. You can shoot. Go ahead. You
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
Hey,
no,
look,
that top 5 joint, that joint too hard, bro.
I got a top 5 that you could give me now. You a Philly cat.
Right.
Y'all are serious about your rappers, man. Y'all are serious about your
Right.
rappers, man.
Right.
Top 5 rappers, or your top 5 Philly rappers. Give them to me. Give them to me, Zell.
All right.
Got 5.
Bean, no order. Beans, of course. Cass, of course. Beans, Cass. No,
Okay.
matter of fact, old Cass. See, if I say Cass now, these young boys, they think
These young boys don't
Cass.
know old
That's
cats. Yeah,
annoying.
yeah,
But
yeah.
old Cass, like I had all the mixtape. Meek, you know, he was real big growing up. We had his mixtape. This was a mixtape area. Shit, Gilly the Kid, you know, he an OG.
Of course.
Shit, you 5. I'm gonna keep going. It ain't no 5. We got P Crack.
It ain't no 5. I know you could go crazy. I know you could go crazy right now.
Yeah. Even my man KP.
Okay.
So I gotta check him out. He just got shouted out by Ross. He
That's
he
dope.
bringing some of that hunger back. Like,
That's dope. That's dope.
shit.
I got
even Eve on that list. Some of
gotta
Eve
put her
old
on.
stuff.
You gotta put her on. Definitely.
Like Philly, like we definitely like rap. Like we lyricists rap. Like we ain't
No question. No question. Yeah.
This nigga said Dylan. Except for
Yo.
Lil Atlanta. Until he said he was from Philly.
Yeah. I got one last question for you, bro. You looking at yourself. Your 15-year-old self, your 17-year-old self, your 18-year-old self, right now. Okay. What advice do you have for yourself 15 years ago? If you looking at your younger self right now.
The 15-year-old me?
Yeah, the 15-year-old you. If you talking to him, this Denzel right now.
The 15-year-old me, I wasn't really into basketball. I just said, listen, fuck that tryout. Just go get better. You know, that way you'll be prepared for the next year. And then I probably would have told myself to download Air Alert so I could be dunking by my sophomore year, and then I'd be a freak athlete, and I would have been top 5 because I would have footage of me slamming on motherfuckers. So basically,
I got you.
Just keep working out, work out a little bit more, and get Air Alert. My 18-year-old self, 19-year-old self, it wasn't enough. He did everything perfect, for real. Everything he did lined me up for success, even though he didn't know what he was doing. Like, I was working overnight at the post office, going to Lutheran in the morning. I was doing 23-hour days.
Wow.
Something like that. Like
wow.
Lutheran at 8 o'clock, first, like, school started at 8 to 6 because after school was practice. Then I go home, and from 10 to 7 and 6 in the morning, I was at the post office.
Wow, that's a grind.
I'm on the bus, train, sleep. I'm on a train, sleep, going to school. Luckily, I already had my grades because I was a smart student, and I was a studious, so I could get it. But I was working and hooping at the same time. I had to make it work. And everybody can't do it. The only reason I said it because my man Doug, he stopped going to school because we was doing, and mind you, we wasn't even doing 8. First we was doing 8-hour shifts, but then once we got our first check, you broke your first check.
I get it. Get it.
So
yeah.
Nowadays, instead of 8 hours, get that 2 hours extra time, but he started doing 12. And he started going crazy. So he was like, man, I'm not even worried about Lutheran right now. I'm not playing. At the time, like I told you, we had guys. And luckily, the guy that was in front of me left. But some of the guys that was in front of him didn't. So he was more so worried about the money than fucking school. And I used to tell him, like, listen, fuck that money shit. When we make it, this money shit going to be regular. But
It's gonna be regular.
And that's how he got
Yo,
that's how he got caught up in his mess up. But
yo, Denzel, this was major for me, brother. I really appreciate your time today, bro.
yeah,
For real.
I'm about to say, no, I appreciate it, and I'm sorry I took all your time. You said 45 minutes. I took damn near 2 hours.
Nah, but that's organic, and this is what this is all about for me, bro. It's organic, and it's real stories. It's real journeys. It's your story. So I'm grateful for you taking some time to do this with me, man. It was big, man.
Listen,
Appreciate it.
Listen, if you want to do a part 2, we could do that. Get more so on the pro, because I didn't get too much to speak on it. And I know with your podcast, you let listeners get into, you know, how it is over there and stuff.
Yeah, and I will,
like how it is, the different experience. I got experience. Speaking of feats, I got experience with him too. Like he tried to get me caught up overseas, because after I started making more of a name for myself, now people, you know, package deals. And he was like, yo, but we could talk about that another time.
We're going to get you back on. We're going to get you back on. I appreciate you, brother.
No problem.
Yo, take care, brother. Peace.
Take care. Peace.
Appreciate y'all tapping in. Episode 47 in the books, y'all. That was Denzel Jackson, Philly's own. I had this posted for y'all momentarily. Appreciate y'all so much once again for tapping in. We're going to keep it rocking. We're going to keep it rolling. I love y'all. It's Flea. I'm out of here.